how your idea of love has evolved in the last few years. You're watching the best clips from the Journey Within podcast with me, Shobha Rana. With this podcast, learn to take charge of your life and master your inner world. Don't miss to press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated.
I'm still figuring love out for me. I haven't had the time to sit and learn about love too much. I knew it was a very large emotion for me, but I think it's only been this year that I said that I am going to give a damn. I am going to give about love. I am going to do it. I'm going to figure this shit out. That's where I am.
You haven't figured out love yet, as in have you ever been
I think
truly madly...
I felt that thing, but then again, you have a very large conditioning that plays on your mind, na? That, nahi yaar, isko dost nahi pasand karenge. Isko ye nahi hoga.
Have you cared about all that as well?
As a child, of course, na? Yeah. All those boyfriends we dated, they all would have been potential husbands, na? Right? We didn't marry any of them because we didn't have sensibility then. Now we have.
Yeah.
Now we don't care.
To marry?
We'll see.
Are you telling something?
What are you, Zoom TV?
I'm just trying to, the friend in me is jagoing now.
She's Black Kitty on the problem. No, there's nothing, Shobha Rana.
From
Relax,
the Journey Within, I've now, switched to the friend mode and I'm like, is it on the cards for you? Now they're talking about potential husbands they could have been.
See, I believe in marriage. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I think it's a great idea to, I don't know, pin someone down and say, "Tu mere saath ab bitayega time."
I see how uncomfortable you are even talking about.
No, I think it's a great thing. I'm just trying to, how more intimidating I can be. I like the idea. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Put sign and say, okay, now you are now with me. And okay. Yeah. Sab ada.
Okay.
But you can take 70%. Responsibility, kharcha.
You can do 70%.
Let him do 70%. At 30 we can do. At 30 is still me.
Yeah.
You do you, boo. And do us.
And do a little bit for us.
Us. You do. Yeah. Wow. I think that's like the conditioning I have.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not true. I don't know.
Mm. But the independent woman that you are, how does that impact your relationships per se? Are you this independent, fierce woman even then? Like you're saying that 70 you do, 30 I do. But are you really okay with that when that happens in a relationship? Or you're like, no, I am.
Very interesting. I think it's very threatening. It's very scary. It's something that I'm wary of. Because I do remember becoming... Hi, I'm cuddly teddy bear. Then I know I can't do this anymore.
You have been I can't believe
up.
It.
Yeah, it's a farce. I am not that person. I am not that person who goes like, order. That's my idea of the...
I have to be in a relationship
girl.
That...
Yeah, the girl talks like that. Yeah. For a very long time, that was my impression of the girl. Yeah. But I am girl. I am like this. Girls are like this also. Yeah. Why I am being that person? So now I'm not that girl. That girl in the head, I'm not that girl. I am me. I need someone who's secure, being who they are. Then magic. It'll happen.
Have you been able to meet such people across?
Not necessarily. It doesn't happen. And also you're talking about connections, right?
Yeah, connections.
It's easy to live in the illusion that every connection is real, solid, and is going to last you forever. But we already said that nobody lasts forever. Sad story, but true. Now, swallow pill. But that being said, living everything for what it is and how it makes you feel in that moment, I think that is something that is something I'm learning how to appreciate and enjoy. There's like this old conditioning that will kick in and be like, oh, shouldn't you be like naming this? Yeah. Should you not be like, talking about this? So there's like that college girl in me that wants to come out and be that person. I'm like, no, you're an adult. Act like one. Not my friend says this. He says, act your age, not your shoe size. So maybe
that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But to make the decisions that you make, the bold decisions, sometimes you have to act like your shoe size, no?
True.
That courage and that inhibition that comes from being a child is gives you boundless strength.
I believe it gives you a lot of strength. Yeah. So I feel very strong. That is true.
Yeah. So you oscillate between being your age, and I'm not saying just the number, but the wisdom, the experiences, all of that you've accumulated for yourself. And then you switch back to being a child when the situation demands. Because sometimes you need this relentless courage to go after things that does not come from wisdom. Because wisdom tells you to sort of balance things out and figure it out and rationalize and logic and all of that. Sometimes things don't fit into that bracket. Sometimes they're just, you go after them and you find out, even if you fall flat on your face, that's what you get. Do you think that being a better human being and being a better professional, these two exist in isolation, or there is some connection out there?
I don't know. I think we give a lot of weight on the correlation of them.
Like, can you be an amazing professional and a bad person?
Yeah.
There are people like that.
Sure. There are people like that. I'm sure there are people like that. I'm sure I have been like that. Where my intent was to be a good person, but I was the shittiest person, but I'm a very good professional. No one can do what I can do. I guarantee you that. But did you not stick up to your end of the barter? Now I'm a horrible person. So that's something that you need to deal with on an everyday basis. It's something that is your devil's dance every day. And you need to figure that shit out.
But working on your own self to become a better human being, do you think that translates into your work also? Your work 100%, becomes better?
Without doubt. You become... It's bizarre that you said, oh no, but you become humble. And I thought that was really cute and funny at the same time. But I think like we've been kind of somewhere conditioned or taught that if you speak well about yourself, then you are arrogant and you're not humble. Bullshit. I can tell you how amazing I am knowing that I can be replaced, and that is humility.
Humility is not deflecting compliments.
Thank you.
This is something that I've recently learned.
No, I'm not the gentlest soul. I agree. I'm not the gentlest soul, but I don't take that as something I need to reprimand myself for, because I do know if you ever questioned me about my intent was never to bring you or anybody else down. If anything, I want you to feel so bloody proud of your own self, like when you wake up. Like I did for example, I remember the first time I hosted a show with Shah Rukh. I don't know why this thought occurred to me just now, but I remember when I did my first show with Shah Rukh, right? He moved chairs and it was the first time I was hosting an event with Shah Rukh, the Shah Rukh Khan. And I remember after the show, I said, today I need to get paid. Because today was one of those days I could have fumbled. Because I'm so enamored by that man.
Who isn't though?
I said, today I need to get paid. Today I earned it. Today I didn't let me come in my way.
Yeah.
Today I get my check. And it's so amazing because he is such a gracious man and everything. But this is really not, I'm just talking about like that thing to say, no, I'm not humble by saying I did my job well. I'm not humble by saying, thank you, I believe so too. You're wearing a damn good dress. Thank you. I believe so.
Yeah.
Why would you end up like spending 20 minutes in front of your wardrobe and take the shittiest outfit out of that and wear it on you?
You wouldn't. Of course.
Koi bol ke dikha de, oh wow, you're looking so pretty. I just took this from wardrobe. I didn't even have time to iron it. Crying.
You are not that person at all. Like, I'm looking
so
damn good.
I'm not the softest person to explain a certain thing.
You've never been, Kubbra.
Yeah, but I know my intent cannot be questioned. I never want anyone to fail.
Yeah.
But earlier, I used to step into their shoes and play the game for them. I would at least try to. Now I say, boss, go buy your own board game, read the rules, and play your own game. Now I'm not stepping. I'm not that guy. Because everyone has access to this shit.
Right. It's a choice one has to consciously make by recognizing if what you're doing is serving you or not.
Yeah.
If it's putting you in a better physical, mental, emotional state or not. And if it isn't, it's not working for you. And that onus lies on you to recognize that and then fix it up. And everything I believe is fixable. Do you believe so?
Yeah.
Everything is fixable. Yeah. Everything you can come back from or go to.
I believe you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what happened in that moment. That moment is already gone. What you do post that moment is the present, and what happens as a result of that is the future, right?
And it's wise because you have lived that to say this. You're not just saying it. Because whatever little or more of your journey I've seen you navigating through this, so to speak, shit.
It is Shawshank Redemption for me. You have to go through the shit if you want to land in the clean river of water. If you do want to, you have to go through that shitty tunnel. It is Shawshank Redemption. It takes effort. Everything takes effort. Nothing comes easy. Please, everyone needs to understand that. When we went for the screening of the trial, when I came on screen, the audience, like the auditorium was full, and I must have had about 25-30 people just scream when I showed up on that screen. That's wealth for me. That's what I've created for myself. That's why I'm secure today. Because I created that. That was not by accident. It didn't just come and fall into my lap and I'm like, whoa, I'm surprised I have friends. No.
Do you really have a lot of friends in Mumbai now in all these years?
I don't think so. I still have my 4 or 5 friends. I still have friends who I count on my fingertips. Not more than this. But I have tons of people now who are my peers, who are my, like for example, I texted Huma. Huma's born on the 28th of July. I'm born on the 27th of July.
Your birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah. But when I saw Tarla, I was so blown away. Like, she's not just my peer, she's also the shared circle of inspiration for me. Right? I call her to tell her that we share a common circle of inspiration because that's the energy we're giving our universe right now. If she does well, there is no way that I won't do well. If I do well, there's no way that the other people in that circle of inspiration won't do well.
While you're saying so, Kubbra, you're also in a fiercely competitive business.
We all are. No business today. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make light of what I do.
But how does one go through this competition?
It isn't a competition, na?
Do you believe that
बस हो गया ना, तुम already तुम्हारा 20 साल 30 साल ऐसा idiot जैसे जिया है ना कि competition है कोई तुम्हारे साथ दौड़ ही नहीं रहा है. Get in the car and everybody is stuck in the same traffic. How are you saying that you are in some race? Race में कभी traffic देखा है?
If you are appearing for a job and there are 10 more people who are lining up for that.
The best one should get it. The most competent one should get it. Whoever gets into an audition and says, यार, ठीक है, किसी और को दे देना. कौन करता है यार?
Of course, you're there to win, but you're not attaching your worth, your talent, or your definition of who you are or who you can be with that win or loss.
Correct.
Bang on. Kubbra, you spoke about meditation. What is your process of meditation?
I try to do it like as soon as I wake up. So it's really hard for me to I find it hard that because my hand goes to my alarm. And when I switch my alarm off, I usually take the phone and get to the next pending message or because the sleep mode goes off, everything arrives. So I'm trying to break that. Okay, switch off alarm, put it aside, get up. I have a meditation chair. So get down and meditate. I keep those tools at arm's length. So I either run into it or I see it and it reminds me I need to do it. And it's bizarre. You don't think oh, but you have too much time. No. Because I do this, I have a lot of time. Because I do this, my rest of the day feels correct. If I don't do this, the rest of the day would just tumble over me. So I try to do it first thing in the morning. It helps me.
It has worked for you, so your belief is only strengthened to do it like a practice.
Yeah.
And do it every day.
I also try to like sometimes sleep with affirmations. Works, yeah. Should never write something off. Have you tried it? Maybe it doesn't work for you. Then don't do it. But before you've tried it, नहीं मेरे को काम नहीं करते. कैसे पता तुमको काम नहीं करता?
Yeah, I truly believe so. When I used to also hear these things that, write down things that you're grateful about and all that. It doesn't work. What is I'm going to get by writing that I'm grateful for this day, I'm grateful for waking up. But actually after doing that practice, yeah, but actually after doing that practice for a few years, I realized that there is so much magic in those words and there is so much acknowledgement of the life that you're just living, which is such a dream life. There's so much of real meat and happiness there. That's what even I have learned. So I think these all subjects are very experiential rather than objective or subjective and all of that. I think one has to do these things to experience the magic. Then only it unfolds. You cannot learn about it into some, it's not like a math equation that you put a few things together and it'll come
it's not a theorem that we can prove.
Yeah, you can prove. You can't. You have to just live it to experience it. And the more and more you start practicing it and making it a part of your life, the magic unfolds from there for you. There's so many things that you have said in such a simpler manner, Kubbra. And I like your definition of confidence versus arrogance. People perceiving you in a certain way, but not being attached to how they're perceiving you and not defining your self-worth from there and not feeling down because people are not liking you for being a certain way.
Yeah.
But rather, seeing it more objectively and seeing it from a place of intent. That, I'm not coming from this intent to hurt you or to come at you or to be a person who is, arrogant. You're coming from a place of just being yourself in that moment, whoever you are in that moment, whatever you wish to say or do in that moment. And when you are this person who is unapologetically being themselves, do you also end up hurting certain people who don't align with who you are?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. And do you feel that hurt is then right, that causing that hurt is right?
First of all, there's nothing called right and wrong, good and bad. None of that, I think. Too much pressure. So we only complicate our lives in two broad strokes. There's a lot in between. Whatever energy you attach yourself to, that will be the outcome. So now I do not regret not attaching myself to an energy I don't feel adds anything to me. I'm cognizant of that.
Has it simplified cutting off people from your life for you?
Yeah.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not again coming from a place of arrogance. I am okay, I will survive without you. No. We all have to coexist in this universe. We just don't have to eat at the same table. We can still walk down the same streets. We just don't have to walk hand in hand. I don't wish you bad, but I don't wish you ill. That doesn't mean that you don't exist in those walls. Of course you do. I can always attach myself whenever I want.
But that's the choice that you're making.
100%.
It's about the alignment. If people or things or situations are not in alignment with where you are in your life at that point or where you want to go, then it makes sense to align yourself towards the things those align with you, I guess.
Maybe it's not that simple.
It involves emotions, it involves a mental bandwidth and a bunch of other.
No, and it also is really who you are as a human being. Are you doing this to push people away? Or do you really genuinely believe they don't contribute to your growth as a human being anymore? Do they make you anxious? Do they make you feel comfortable? Do they bring you an elated sense of self? Or do they take away from you from your own, I don't know, everyone has like an identity, right? Like, do they deplete from that identity? Take away, do they subtract from that identity? So no, it's not that simple. So it's not like, oh, if this happens, then that happens. No, it's not. It's a lot more permutation and combination, which is why I feel it's got nothing to do with the other person. The boundaries that you draw, this boundary I have drawn. This boundary. Okay? I tell you, this is my area, this is your area. This boundary is to tell you, you don't cross into my territory. We can always speak at the fan. But listen, there is a gate and there is a key. You are welcome if you promise not to destroy the plants and the hedges. Come now, open, welcome, leave, but go back to your territory.
Yeah.
We have been taught co-dependency for too long, right? You are the person who makes me complete rubbish. Nobody completes you. Nobody at work, nobody at home, nobody completes you.
Nobody can complete you.
Yeah, but that's something that you have lived and learned and you know that. And I think it's just about that. I think इतना basic awareness है यार लोगों में. ऐसा नहीं है कि इतना awareness नहीं है लोगों में. है, इतना तो है.
अवेयरनेस हो या नहीं हो कुब्रा, लेकिन इतना सारा कंडीशनिंग है ना that you codependency, like you see that happening in a lot of relationships. Yeah, I really hope so. This conversation
listens, maybe
yeah, this conversation is an eye opener, because in relationships and friendships, because we feel that we are so dependent on the other person, we put so much pressure that even if it had to survive and stay up, it crumbles down because of you being codependent on the other person. If you take ownership of your own happiness and creating your own security, dealing with your insecurity, your demons, and sorting yourself out, basically, it helps you to be and show up as this new version of yourself in a friendship. And then that friendship goes in a different direction. Then it has a different fate, basically. Yeah. Thank you for watching the clips. Watch the full video from the link in the description box. If you like our videos and content, make the comment section your friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. We will meet you in our next episode. Till then, master your inner world with The Journey Within by Shobha Rana.